And I'm on time, 7 o'clock. Today, well, I'm gonna wait just a second, right? I'm gonna wait just a second. It's just barely 7 o'clock. We get started, but I'm learning how to use this whole thing, and I was able to title it, so it's not like an unexpected topic. And so there definitely will be some adult language, so you don't want to have your kids listening, and that's very important to state because I don't want people to then get offended or upset about what they're hearing. I'm a little bit behind as far as writing down what I wanted to make sure the notes I didn't want to talk to you guys about because besides the food, sex, and harmony, what that's about, what I'm going to be presenting, right? Not today. I am presenting it today. Today I'm just going to talk about this platform. I'm going to be working towards getting where it's part of my life, part of my lifestyle, right? I want to get out of being a bus driver. I want to continue this fight game I'm doing, but I want to be able to show you guys, like visually show you guys what I'm cooking up, how it powers up your body, right? So that our food is actually our supplementation to get our body strong again, right? So that we're not eating food here and then paying money for supplements over there, where the food is the supplementation to get that body working right, get our mechanics working right, our psychology working right, our neurology working right. And then the part of the sex part is so that we can get our relationship between ourselves before we even try to offer it to somebody else, because we offer ourselves to somebody else and then that's all fucked up because we're personally fucked up and unorganized, and so we can only give or offer what we already have obtained for ourselves, right? So in my solitude for all these years that I've been alone, I have learned this. I have learned this. Well, now I can teach it. Well, now I can teach it. Right now I can teach it. And food and sex are, I'm a master of them. Like when I say I'm a master, like I pride myself on my food and my sex. Meaning I find the most pleasure in those two things in as an adult, right? As an adult. As a mother, I need to be that strong woman who knows how to feed my children so they can become strong men and women, right? And our food's all fucked up. So if our food's fucked up, we get fucked up, then we don't have the energy to be able to do anything like have good quality sex in our relationships, or even if we're by ourselves, right? Like for me, I'm alone, I'm by myself, but I have the best, let's call it not sex, but self pleasuring, right? The best self pleasuring because I've had to learn to master that. Like, master it. Like, what am I touching and what's it doing and what's it connecting to? And like a study, a study basis, because being alone, you can't depend on somebody else to bring you that pleasure and that joy and that happiness. So you have to learn to obtain it and have it for yourself. That way, when you have a partner, you could actually teach them something. Not that they can't teach you, but you got something to share because now you know how to do it and obtain it for yourself. Those two things, if they're not in harmony, that's why it's called food, sex, and harmony, is because if they're out of balance, we as an adult are out of balance for whatever we touch out in the rest of our world, because life fucking sucks. If it's great for you, wonderful. Wrong channel. You're on the wrong channel. I tell it like it is. I see it for how it is. And if my food and my pleasuring of myself is not there, there's just fucking nothing else to fucking live for in this world because I can't find pleasure in nothing else. So you best believe I'm gonna have it in my food that powers and strengthens me, right? Makes me have a physique at 51. I'm gonna be 51 on Friday, right? So I know how to regenerate the body through food and what to keep out, right? What to keep out, what to put in, and what to keep out of this operation right here, right? Our organism. And as far as the self pleasuring, right? Self pleasuring, if we don't set time aside for that, life is fucking depressing. Fuck. oh shit, right? I got some stories I want to share with you guys that made me realize how and why I feel like it's my fucking duty to show how this is done, how to self pleasure, not just through food. You guys already know about what I do with food, right? But you don't know the sex topic about, or I should say, the topic about sex and how I feel about it. And that's what I'm going to share with you guys today. And eventually, because I can't do this on YouTube, I want to create a Patreon. And in that Patreon, you can pick and choose what you want to see. So it's not going to be like, oh, you put it on and then all of a sudden, oh, you see some Obama show you that you weren't ready for. You'll be ready because you're going to know what you're stepping into when I create that Patreon. And it's not going to be like a OnlyFans or whatever. I've never even seen what OnlyFans looks like, right? But just the things that I see people post about what they see on OnlyFans, not going to be that. This is all about education for self-pleasure through food and through sex. The most important things, most important avenue as an adult to have, right? So that we can help our kids grow well. Because if mommy and daddy are happy, or just mommy's happy, or just daddy by himself is happy, fucking whole day is happy. The whole day is fucking happy, right? And we think that we have to. I'm trying to use words because I'm on YouTube, so I have to be watchful with my words, right? But that we always have to be releasing and letting go of our strength or our fluid. I don't know. I'm trying to find words. That we need to actually let go of that power. That's actually real power that we got in there, and we can't be letting it go because it's depleting, right? And so there's ways to do it where you hold it and pull it in and make it go reverse the opposite way. You're still having an orgasm, but it's going in a different direction, and it's intense. I'll say it's intense, and then the next day when I go sparring, I can actually spar with no depletion of no energy. I can run, spar, I can move, I have my strength, but if I let that go all the time, then I'm gonna be dead, right? Dead in the water, like a dead fish in the water, meaning in the ring, I won't be able to perform. Running, I won't be able to perform. So as a fighter, you can't be letting that go all the time. So I'm very selective with how much energy I let go, but you best believe I'm still making sure that I maintain that self-pleasure, being alone for all of these years. I'm just like, no, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm all right. I don't need that because I got this going on over here, right? That's not something I express to people, but I think it's something that a lot of people, privately have, but they don't know what to do about it because they, as a woman, right? I can't speak for a man because I'm not a man, right? But as a woman, when you don't have a man for so long, you best know what to be doing. It's like kids got to go to grandma's, or make it a regular routine where it's like it's time to go because it's my time, and you make that time where you can't wait for that time to come. Like, it's Friday, it's fucking Friday, because I'm gonna do some fucking on Friday, right? Even if I'm by myself. And when I say even if, I am by myself. It's not even if. I don't invite strangers. I don't have casual sex. I don't do that shit no more. I learned from having a real toxic experience with somebody. You don't just let anybody come into your heart space because they can fucking destroy you. And you might not come back from that ever. And I mean that. A broken heart, a broken body is repairable. A broken heart, that shit might not mend, right? And you don't become the same person anymore. So you either become better from it, or you're gonna become a worse individual because of it. So I had to learn to become better because of it. So now that I am on this side of the fence, I'm not where I used to be as far as my mind state. I used to be dickmatized, be like, oh shit, I gotta get some of that dick right there. I'm not like that no more. Fuck that, because what is that dick attached to? Like, oh shit, You can look good, you can have a great dick, whatever, but how's your fucking mind work, right? How's your fucking brain working? Because if your shit's fucked up in here, it's gonna fuck me up right up in here, right? Because that shit can happen. You just don't know when it's gonna happen, how it's gonna happen, but when it happens, fuck, you never. It's unforgettable. You never forget it. You change it. So that's why I think it's so important to find harmony and balance in making sure we make the best food and having the best pleasure, be it with a partner, not in my case right here, right? But or by yourself. I have a friend in Mexico. She's I won't say her name, right? She only speaks Spanish, but I don't want this coming back to her and people knowing it's her, because I don't want to put her on the spot. But she's a little bit older than me. She's like 54, right? And we're talking, we're having lunch. Went out there in Mexico, and she had told me she had never had an orgasm. I almost like everything stopped in my body. Like I'd never even heard them words before. Coming out of a female who's in her 50s and never had an orgasm, I'm just like I didn't even, like all the air stopped, right? All the noise stopped in the restaurant. I was just like, how do I fix this? How do I fix this? It's a fucking emergency. It's a fucking emergency, right? She's already half 100 fucking years old and she never had an orgasm. Oh my god. Like, I can't go fix the fucking past that all the shit you lost and didn't get to experience. Oh my god, fucking, like, all I could feel was like heavy weight of sadness. Like, that's horribly sad. And to be dependent on a man because you was dependent on a man fulfilling her. And I'm just like, that, if it hadn't already happened in 50 years, ain't no motherfucker gonna do that for you. Let me show you how it's done. Let me show you how to pop off 6 times in a row if you want to. I mean, you can pick and choose, right? And then there's different little avenues that you can work with, and you're gonna get a different effect, but you're gonna get the same result of pleasure, right? And so after that experience, and then one with a young girl who didn't know what to do and didn't know how to self-pleasure herself. When I say young girl, I'm talking about young in her 20s, and how she wished she had a man. I'm like, no, you don't do that, because then you get pregnant, and then you end up having a relationship with somebody you don't even like, and then that kid suffers, all because you don't know how to self-pleasure. But where are they going to learn this shit, right? Now in America, we're just like, well, you just go to Pornhub, or you just do this, or you just. It's not the same when you're in Mexico, right? So there's a lot of lonely, sad, suffering women who don't know how to do that stuff because that's not part of the culture. You don't just go to Pornhub and, well, let me look up and see how they be doing this shit right here, right? It's not the same type of culture. I learned some good shit on Pornhub. Maybe later on, I'll shout some names out, right? Of why I recommend people to go, because you can learn some good shit on there, and I mean that in a tasteful way, with absolute all due respect. Like, I was fucking taking notes, like I was writing this shit down. It was that kind of good. I was studying, right? I was fucking researching. I was studying and researching. Give me 1 second. I just realized I didn't go here onto my live. I got my computer up. I got my internet fixed. If anybody has any questions, it's completely open. But no fools, please. No foolish statements. You gotta keep that shit like to yourself. Foolish statements. Like dumb shit, right? Nothing no one can work with. Give me something we can fucking work with. Ask me like a legitimate fucking question. I can give you a legitimate answer if I got it. Alright. So now, why would I want to talk about food and sex and bringing that into harmony? Why do I think that shit's important when I be talking about, we're in a machine, we're in an AI system, and it works off of siphoning the most pain from mankind to power itself, called quantum annealing in these AI machines that we got right here, right now, right? called the D-Wave machines. That's how they harness energy. So if they're doing it on these small machines, what's going on in this big one that we're in? For anybody who doesn't know anything about that, you gotta look that stuff up so you could see that people are actually being plugged up into machine systems where the consciousness goes for a few minutes, but it's like years to them, right? And that shit's showing barely right now. It's coming to the surface, but this shit is ancient. This shit is fucking ancient, you know? Ancient technology, it is fucking ancient. Hey Chuck, I was waiting for that pink can. I'm like, where's that pink can? I like that pink can, Chuck. What's up? And then we got, ¿cómo se dice aquí? Tío Phil? Tío Phil. You can help me. Well, no, you can't help me with that. I would need to know how that sounds, right? I don't know how that sounds. But I hope I did a good job with that. Now, much love. All right, so going back into this AI machine, this evil that's fucking consuming our world, and then me talking about food, sex, and harmony. It's because this machine lives off of our pain, mankind's pain and suffering, right? Mankind's pain and suffering is how it has an advantage over mankind. So if we don't have the strength and the power in our physicality, because we're becoming fucking unraveled with this drain cleaner, they got engineered into our food system. Our neurology's all fucked up, our physicality's all fucked up, our sensors don't work right, meaning when our sensors don't work right in our glands, they don't send information to move sugar from the bloodstream into the cell because there's no fucking connectivity. So through the food, I'm showing how we're gonna get this shit back with supplementation, the food, and making sure that we keep our immune system up at all times by avoiding certain foods. So right, and then with sex, it creates the most pleasure, joy, ecstasy that this machine can't work with, because it's the opposite of suffering and pain, right? So we're gonna fuck our way out of this situation by creating a good union with our partners, having the best sex ever. But if our fucking shit don't work right and our mechanics aren't fucking working right, and we don't have the energy or the fucking strength to, or our skin is sagging and we're getting old, all that shit is a weight we don't need to be going through. And I'm proving it. I'm living proof of it, right? And so I'm going to show how we transform our sadness, our aging, our suffering, and our pain into pleasure with the food that we eat by powering ourselves up with it, right? To have the power and energy to have some great, wonderful fucking sex with our partner, because we need to learn how to partner up with somebody who's giving us the same feedback, because it generates power within itself, right? And that amplifies and changes the field. And when we change the field, it changes this fucking machine. So we're going to gain back our power against this machine, knowing how to break the motherfucker down from the inside out, right? We do the opposite of quantum annealing, where it powers itself through the lowest point of vibration, where we're taking ourselves to the highest point of vibration because we have joy, because we're not aging anymore, right? We're going to reverse that aging. We're going to reverse that sickness. We're going to reverse illness with healing. You know, we're going to heal for real. We're going to heal our relationships, heal our bodies with our food, and we're going to find pleasure and joy as we're tasting it and sharing it and experiencing it, right? And when we have pleasure with our partners, because we can't wait to, we desire it. We don't desire that shit no more. We can't even stand the motherfucker that we got in front of us, and that's a fucking problem. So we gotta build, reverse engineer this fuckery that's happened to us, and we gotta power ourselves back. And I'm gonna show how it's fucking done, even if you're by yourself and you don't have a partner, so that when you do have a partner, you're ready to go. You're ready to fucking go. I was looking something up right here. Some of my back notes. Cognify. I wanted to put on here that Cognify is, and I'll write all these little things, all these little notes that I'm saying to look up. Cognify is this new prison that they're trying to line up where you link up a prisoner, into a machine. They do 10 minutes, it's like doing 10 years of time, right? But in the machine is where I'm trying to say we're at long fucking time ago, right? Not just because Cognify just came up. Cognify is coming up because now we're allowed to see what's already fucking been done. What's already been done. And this is why we can't get a hold of what's fucking with us as mankind, right? We can't get a fucking hold of what we can't see. So I'm gonna show how to see it. That's the problem. And then I'm gonna show the solution and how we're gonna power up. Because nobody wants to hear that, hey, we got a problem. Okay, well, what the fuck are we gonna do about it? Well, I've spent my life on this because I've spent my life getting my ass whooped and trying to find where the fuck is this evil coming from. I'm looking, I'm fucking listening, I'm connecting dots, and I'm paying fucking attention. So I thought it was important to start sharing why we got to start working on building ourselves back up, building our relationships back up with our partners, starting to get partners by doing things differently, starting differently, holding back from sex, talking to this motherfucker for a good long time, no touching, let's talk, right? That shit's hard. But if you're popping yourself off, meaning you're taking care of your own little flower, or you're taking care of your own rod, you don't need it because you've already taken care of yourself before you go present yourself, right? So that you can get time to know this person, see how this person thinks, see how this person acts, before you go accidentally get pregnant, or accidentally get married, or accidentally move in together and create fucking chaos, right? Now, I don't regret any of the choices that I made in my past because I have my children, and I'll do everything all over again for my children, right? I have 3 children. They're all taller than me, meaning they're grown. My youngest, she's 14. If you look at my backstory, you see why they're with their dad here in Arizona and not with me. That's another video for another story that I'd like to talk about, but it's not going to be right here, right now. But it just happens to be my circumstance and my situation. I'm close to my kids. I see them on Sundays, and I cook for them, and we watch movies, and we talk about what we see, so that I can vicariously help my children grow without having to live the pain. They see it on TV, on a movie we watch. I should say it's not TV, it's a movie we rent, right? And then mommy gives an explanation, like a fucking TED Talk, Everybody knows me as, oh my God, my children have a TED Talk. I always got like this big thing I always got to say about something. Well, because I see what the adjustments that got to be made so that my kids can see it, so that it doesn't happen to them and they end up like in a car wreck about it. I don't want them to get hit in the face with this shit as it comes to them in life. I want to be showing them easily so they're ready and steady as it's coming. They know how to just take a little side step. That right hand's coming. You can still stay in the pocket and not get knocked the fuck out. So that's how I teach my kids, right? Being that I don't live with them. That shit breaks my fucking heart. One day I'll do a little video where you guys see how I got to be where I'm at, right? How I grew up, little story about my life, right? And why I choose to fight, go on stage, show my capabilities, my physicality at 51. I can't get a fight. I don't know if I mentioned that to you guys. I'm having a hard time getting a fight. BKFC won't take me. They won't take me. I've been to 2 of their tryouts. It's because I'm 51. I haven't gotten an official statement on that. I'm going to be doing an email so I can get an official no thank you, from them. But I've knocked on their door twice. I've outperformed the people that are there in front of me, and they still won't pick me, right? People are worried about the fact that I'm 51, and if I get punched in the head, I'm gonna go home and die and shit, right? Well, let me go out on my shield because I'm fighting for a cause. I'm fighting to show that at this last hour we can still turn shit around because we can get our power back and we can do something about what's happening to our world. Because in this weak state that we're in and on, I said two words at once. This weak state that our people are in. When I say our people, I mean people of the world. Bodies are not functioning right. Our minds are becoming unraveled because of this fucking drain cleaner. All the other toxicities too, but this drain cleaner is number fucking one. I've been able to avoid this fucking drain cleaner effect, and I went from obese to not obese, to struggling with my weight, to never struggle with my weight again, because I recognized that dropping my immune system with these nightshades is causing a distortion in my genetics immediately. It's causing my tissue to just unfold, flop, and fall, right? Now I don't have that problem because I recognize where it's coming from. That's one. Obesity is one of many issues this drain cleaner causes. One of many. You know what? One of all issues that we have. Number one of all issues that we have. Like I said, there's a lot of toxicity out there, but the number one is this drain cleaner removing enzymes from connectivity for neurology to send information for the rest of the body to function and work, for things to be correct, like how we feel about things. I'm going to be doing my update video on B vitamins. I'm going to have them in my hands, showing you which brand I buy, what I do, and how certain categories, we're in categories of what kind of B vitamins. We all need B vitamins is what I'm trying to say, and I'm not saying it. We all need B vitamins because we're all lacking them. And these B vitamins, I'm going to call them brain vitamins because it's a connectivity for all the other information to fucking work right, like resting, right? Like getting up in the morning with energy to do something, like just basic operations of functions. We all need B vitamins because we're super depleted of them. The thiamine that our DNA is made up of is affected directly by this drain cleaner. I'm going to be doing a video where you guys are going to be able to see where I pulled the research on the data of GMO scientists talking about this drain cleaner, and now it's called an herbicide. No, mother, this is a fucking drain cleaner. It was made to clean drains, meaning removing metals, but now we're going to call it herbicide, and that's why no one's paying attention, because it's just an herbicide. No, it's a fucking drain cleaner. Metal remover, right? And if we know that enzymes are proteins with metal centers, we're losing that shit, and we're not working right. Which brand of B vitamins would you recommend? That's what I'm going to be showing. I'm going to have them in hand, and it's Objective Nutrients by Elliot Overton. He's on Amazon. I'll put a link when I'm done with this video. I'll put it in there for you. But it's not just, okay, I got B vitamins, everything's fine. Now, we got certain types of functionalities that need certain type of B vitamins. When I say certain types is, I didn't want to talk about B vitamins in this one because it's so extensive, but I'm going to break it down like this. People who are narcissists are so B vitamin deficient that they can't pull up in any nutrients. They can take all the B vitamins they want and it's never going to kick in because they need methylated folate with their B vitamins. So they need a methylated B vitamin complex, right? With their B1, make a dose of B1. People who are not narcissists, meaning behavioral problems, right? Because narcissists are just extreme fucking behavioral problems because they're not uptaking nutrients, because their methylation process is not working. Nobody will tell you that shit. But I can pull the science, you can piece it and be like, I see it. All of this is triangulated information because nobody's fucking working together to see this is the fucking problem. Because everybody's making money on pinpointing what they're talking about instead of recognizing there's a correlation going on and we need to fix this shit. So I'm going to get very ghetto about it. Ghetto wisdom is what I call it. Ghetto wisdom means like, I'm going to give it an explanation. When somebody overdoses on crystal meth, you pour milk down their throat. Now, why you pour milk down their throat? You gotta have some fucking ghetto wisdom, meaning you got this knowledge from the street. You didn't get it because you looked it up on YouTube and somebody gave you that information, or you looked it up, you Google searched it, or you found it in a research paper, and you're waiting for the authorities to say, this is how you do it. You're not gonna get it like that. Ghetto wisdom, authorities not gonna tell you this is how it's done. Because the authority are Canaanites running our world, and they got a mentality of making sure we never fucking get healed. Now, what I just stated right now, I'm not talking about the milk and the crystal meth, but I'm saying that when you drink down milk because you're overdosed on crystal meth, it coagulates. The milk coagulates with the toxins and the toxicity or the substances that are inside of that crystal meth, whatever the fuck it's made out of, right? And that coagulation creates a separation, and it allows that poison not to overtake the heart, right? That's what we got going on. And I say that for lived experience, not because somebody told me. I lived that shit. I remember that milk just splattering all over my face, going down my throat. That shit kept me alive. Now, these B vitamins, no one's gonna fucking die from them. But we need to know how to put them together for certain type of people who are having certain dysfunctions, because we're all fucking dysfunctioning, be it that we're not getting enough sleep, we're dysfunctioning because there's something interrupting our connectivity, right? So we need the B vitamins to make sure that those operations keep coming back up every time they're taking down. So the non-methylated B vitamins are for people who are not narcissistic in behavioral problems. This is what I've recognized with this ghetto wisdom by giving it to certain people who are drug addicted and want to get off of drugs. These are the B vitamins you take. Narcissists, those B vitamins didn't work for you because you got a methylated problem, or you're going to take the methylated folate B vitamin. Let's see what the fuck happens. And I've been doing this research, study, analysis, and checking people out and getting feedback back. And I got written testimonies that I'm waiting for 2 more testimonies so that I can come back and say, all right, this is what's working. It's working on these streets over here, right? We're going to be able to help people get off of their addiction so their serotonin and their fucking dopamine starts working right? So that their body doesn't beg them to go get that excess sex for that dopamine serotonin kick, for excess alcohol for that dopamine serotonin necessity, because the body will die. And this is why the person has to go out and do it, not because they want to, it's because the body is trying to survive. And nobody tells us this shit. So, I'm organizing all this B vitamin testimony from somebody right now who's on drugs. They're working real hard to get off, and they're taking a certain B vitamins. Objective Nutrients is what I'm using, just so that you know. Okay, that's the brand I'm using. But here's the thing. Oh, let me finish up. I had a narcissist, my son's girlfriend, my oldest son, his girlfriend, love each other, but she's a narcissist, and he just couldn't take it no more. She just gave me testimony yesterday. I changed up what she was taking to Elliot Overton's methylated folate B vitamin. Phenomenal testimony, because I had her taking a different methylated folate from a different brand. This one right here from Elliot Overton, huge. Like, if she advanced, she just advanced even more. And their relationship has grown and flourished because now she can communicate. Now she can talk. Now she can think instead of hate and look at all this negatives and depression and just everything's a fucking negative because we're being depleted. And so our psychology goes into a fucking warped hole of negativity and thoughts, right? And so when I talk about these satans and these demons, they need that kind of operation to be happening in that vehicle so it's easier to fucking overtake. You feeling what I'm saying? So all of this shit I talk about is all interconnected, and that's why we got to get our food right. We got to get our sex right because we got to change this field to make it a better place to find real joy, real pleasure, real feelings because our feelings affect this field, and our feelings are all fucked up because of this Canaanite mentality that's running the operation to make sure the field is broken down enough for these fucking creatures to overtake mankind. So when it comes, I see right here it says, Simon, you said thank you. Oh, you're very welcome, Simon. You're very welcome. And we'll help with tremors. So check up Elliot Overton. Look at what he has with tremors. Look at what happens with B. Look up tremors and B vitamin deficiencies. Start looking in that direction, right? Doctors are not trained to connect nutrients with associated with physical or mental, emotional, or any kind of problem. They never look at vitamins on purpose. They don't know it's on purpose. Doctors don't know it's on purpose. They just go to school to learn. But these schools are organized, paid for, supported by Canaanites because we're not supposed to heal. We're supposed to go to work, suffer, to pay for a prescription to try to stay alive. And when we die on that prescription, don't matter. Next, keep that money going. And it's deeper than money. Money is just a superficial, topical reason why they do this shit. Is because it's a soul. It's taking over a soul. It's taking over the soul in the body. And so a weak body makes easy to overcome, right? To take. And so when you're talking about right here in tremors, look up tremors and vitamin deficiencies. I'm going to look up something with tremors for you. I've never had anybody ask, but I'll look up and I'll do some research. I got a couple places where I go to look up research. Just put vitamin deficiency, tremors, and then write research gate. You're going to get a lot of research data. Instead of somebody just talking, about their personal experience that you'll find on YouTube, you're going to find actually peer-reviewed research papers from around the world. The word is research gate. You got to type that in after or before whatever it is that you're looking up, okay? Hope that helps you, Simon. But every problem we have, from dented nails to biting the side of our mouth when we're sleeping to having sleep apnea, everything is related to a vitamin deficiency, a nutritional deficiency, because it could be minerals, it could be vitamins, it could be amino acids. Aging is a deficiency of amino acids. Aging is a deficiency of amino acids. The skin drops for multiple different reasons, and it needs multiple different amino acids to get put back into place so that operations work like when we were 20. You feeling what I'm saying? When we were 20 years old. Now, how is that possible that no one's told us that shit? Because Canaanites are running our fucking show. Is that fucking simple? So even when these guys who go and study are realizing it, they still get told, no, but that's not how it is, because this is how we're going to do it over here. Or this is how it's done over here. It's a game being played on us. I don't want you people to think that I have no respect for doctors. I do. I have respect for doctors and going and getting their education, for archaeologists, for all the fucking ball busters who go out there and learn their asses off to make sure that we, the people, can get as much help and information that we can because of the knowledge they've obtained. But we just got Canaanites making sure that they don't go any further than the corral that they fucking want them in. That's what I'm saying. Like, if my arm breaks off, I need a fucking doctor. I need a doctor. No herbs are going to help me right here. I need a doctor to put that back in. And somebody needed to go learn how to do that. So I have no disrespect for people who learn and who are studied. It's the Canaanites who are running our fucking show, keeping us corralled in the limited information that we're in. That is upsetting. T. French. Let's see if I can read over here, because I can do it better over here. I finally figured this out. All right, T. French. I noticed that by going to bed in high vibration, Okay. Change. I mean, I'm gonna have to ask you what that means in a minute, right? What does that mean? Do you change my overall frequency? I notice if you go to bed in low vibes, that certain things can project in your reality via the astral plane. Well, we're always on, even when we're off. So when we're sleeping, we're still on, right? We're just in another state. In that dream state, I don't even like the word dream, right? Because dream has been something other than real, right? Because we're in a real state. We're just in a sleep state where now our processes are working, not in the physicality, but in the subatomical, right? The subatomical plane is all the operations happening before it happens out here in physicality. And yes, I do agree with you. When you go to bed after a really pleasurable orgasm, you wake up fucking fantastic in the morning. The reason I say it like that is absolutely the state that we go to bed in is how we're going to wake up in the morning. There's a lot to that. Food, too. I want to mention, since you're talking about right before bed, not eating 4 hours before bed is the best because your body won't be digesting while sleeping. That takes a lot of work, a lot of energy, and your body needs to repair instead of being digesting. Digesting and repairing are two separate things, and you got to give the body a chance. We got to give the body a chance to repair while we sleep, and we wake up nice and light and refreshed and not fucking more exhausted than we already are, right? Our world is already exhausting the shit out of us, but when we got to digest at night, that's exhaustion on top of fucking exhaustion. And it's overworked. So 4 hours before bed, no food, and just dream, not dream. Think about all the food you're gonna eat in the morning. Yeah, think about the big ass breakfast you're gonna make because you didn't eat at night, right? Well, we don't want to eat in the morning when we have all that food we just finished digesting a couple hours ago now, while we're resting, while we're sleeping. Any experience with iodine? Yeah, I put iodine in my minerals. I'll put a list of not a list. I have a video I did back in 2020. I make a mineral mix. It is the best mineral mix. It's the best. When I say it's the best, I've tried everybody's mineral mix out there. It doesn't do what my mineral mix does. I had Tony Pantalleres go overlook it, check it before I ever even put it out for the public. And if anybody doesn't know Tony Pantalleres, look him up. He's an herbalist. He's my teacher, and it's how I learned about how to get these minerals up and popping to make our cells very strong. He did a great fucking job. He's a great teacher. Great teacher. But yeah, I put that mineral mix together, and there's iodine in it. So when it comes to our vitamins and our mineral, because of the questions that I'm hearing people say, is it's not about one vitamin here and then I'm gonna try this mineral over here and then I'm gonna try iodine over here, but I forgot the selenium over there, right? I'm gonna get copper here, but I forgot the zinc over here. These things work together like a seesaw. And when I say these things is with experience, we start recognize what pairs with what. So the easiest way I can help people with is just show you what I do, and then you can make it for yourself. And because a lot of some of these things I can't go, nobody's making it on the market, right? Elliot Overton had to make these B vitamins because nobody was making it, and that's B vitamins that are high in potency in their correct order, meaning the right type of B vitamin is in its right type of dosage. Let me give you an example. B vitamins that we get in the market is 1 milligram of B1. Elliot Overton makes every little pill 100 milligrams as opposed to the 1 milligram we're getting. That's the kind of difference between somebody who's like, I'm going to have to go make it because nobody's doing it. It's not on the market because everybody's following the Canaanite lead that no, you don't need 10 grams of glycine when you're over 45. It's okay that your skin sags. No, we grow in our youth because our body is making 10 grams of glycine, and that's why we have youthful tight skin, right? And then we stop making that glycine and we go down to like 2.5 grams of glycine when the body needs 10 to make sure all the tissue stays nice and tight and firm, right? Why are we told that? Why are we told just go get some glycine? Because glycine is cheap and these Canaanites can't own nature. They can't own natural elements. They can't charge you a shit ton for them, right? But cosmetic surgery, all that stuff, charge you a shit ton. Rip you up, make you look like a fucking freak, you know. Maybe it'll come out good, maybe it won't. Instead of just giving us what's natural to our nature, and that's amino acids. Glycine's an amino acid. These kind of things are what I want to get to people for. As me, I want to become a maker of these products, get them to you guys, because it'll guarantee that if I can't take that, I'm not giving it to you. If I can put that in my body, I'm going to get it to you. And then if you can't afford that, I'm going to show you how to make it in your country so that you can access it and get it to the people around you. Because my point here is we got to get better as a species, as mankind. We got to fucking strengthen up in every aspect of our being. Our physicality, our mentality, and our soul. People say spirituality, but it is our soul. And our soul has operations that we're not paying attention to. And they're supernatural because they're natural to our nature. Right? It's natural to our nature. Technology is paranormal and it's not natural. Supernatural is what is natural to us. And our soul works off of this supernatural abilities. Let me correct my language. The soul works on supernatural functions of operation on a subatomic level, that first it is in the mind, then it is in the physicality. We're not going to think about making this glass until I've thought it first, and then it comes into physicality. It can't be made until first I have the image or the thought of creating it. And that's the power that mankind has, is creative power that these creatures don't have because they don't come from natural source. When I say these creatures are these Canaanites, right? And I've come to recognize these, everybody's God that everybody's praying to. I've been able to make a big adjustment just yesterday in what I recognized. I'm gonna be doing a video on that, but I'm gonna have paper and data with time. Meaning I only do this with a 1 hour video, right? I want to do a video where I'm giving you links to where you're going to go, and I want to write them on paper and show them to you, because I noticed that things get erased and removed and then people can't go link to information. But if I put it on a piece of paper and I show it to you, you can go look that up and it stays there. The image stays there. So you can backtrack and see that information. When we recognize that we all, mankind, all of us throughout the whole world, are affiliated and associated to those who are, I guess you'd call religious, right, or spiritual. We all have an affinity to the Holy Spirit. Whole, balanced, complete spirit of love. We don't deny it. But these creature kind do. They deny that. And it's getting back to that page, to the spirit of love, right? And for me, for who I am, Yeshua HaMashiach, rightful king of mankind, because this world is ran by a kingship, regardless if we want to believe that or not. Regardless if we want to believe that or not, we got what's going on in Europe and in other parts of the world where they have kingships. That rule, that authority is running our world, and they're fucking Canaanites, and they're creature kind. They're creature kind, meaning there are many different kind of creatures, like there's many kind of looks about them, but we got to put them in a category where we're not fighting about what they look like. We recognize they're against, and mankind. They're the opposition to mankind. That's the focus, right? And if something's opposed to mankind and it can't claim rightful Lord, King of mankind to show us the way, right? To show us the way of how to live with peace, balance, love, and harmony, right? Because this machine hates that shit. Hates it. I should say, I hate this fucking machine, right? I hate what this machine mind does, right? But it hates love. And so this is where we're going to bring it back. We're going to bring back how to do this in our own personal lives, because we're the projectors, right? We're the ones that are making and projecting the feeling and the thoughts and the emotion. So if we pretend that life is good with our words and what we say, that shit don't matter. It's all bullshit. It's what are we feeling? Because I can be absolutely silent, but what's being projected right here, from this heart space, is what is going to affect the field. And I say it that way because there's so many people who live with rose-colored glasses that, oh, we're not going to talk about that bad stuff. You mean like the shit that just happened to me an hour ago, I can't talk about it because it fucking just fucked up my life and I can't talk about it because it's going to bring something bad? No, it already is fucking bad. Like the world that we're in, it's fucking bad. Let's talk about it and let's make some fucking adjustments, right? Let's make some fucking adjustments. So that's how I see life. I don't see it through rose-colored glasses. I see the shit in the middle of the floor. I'm going to clean that shit up. I'm not putting a rug on top of that. So I'm not sprinkling perfume on top and pretending that shit ain't there. We're going to clean this shit up. Move it out. And we're going to start living our lives with this happiness and joy I'm talking about, right? Real happiness, real joy. You know, even if we're by ourselves. Because once we're by ourselves and we can do that, then we have something to offer somebody else. Very, very important. Let me see what time it is, what time we got right here. Look at that. I'm right on the hour mark. I'm very excited about that. I think I got everybody's questions. Oh, let me see. T French. So, T French, you got right here. He says, hell yeah, when I have sex before bed, I become lucid in my dreams. And I do go to bed on an empty stomach. All right. I like how you put that little part in. It was just like, look, I'm not digesting when I'm sleeping. I like that. And if you don't mind, I'm going to use this as an opportunity, Mr. T French, to, when we say hell yeah, it's because we've been trained to say that shit. And so I've made the adjustment where I say that's a heavens yes, right? And that's a no to hell. Fuck hell. We got enough of this motherfucker, right? It's trying to consume our world. So I say that a heavens yes to that. Absolutely. Chuck, doesn't the pesticide glyphosate displace glycine? So glyphosate, I can't say that I know that answer. I'd have to look that up. But glyphosate is in every food, in all the air, in the dirt. I mean, there's no detector where we're going to say, oh, it doesn't affect me. It's don't eat nightshades, fruits and vegetables, so that it doesn't drop your immune system, so glyphosate can move, the body can move it out. That's what I'm saying. When we drop the immune system, that glyphosate takes over and we get dysfunction and disorder. This is why they put the glyphosate, which is the drain cleaner, right? Glyphosate is drain cleaner. That's what it was originally made for. And I'm glad you brought it up, Chuck. This glyphosate, they put it in the nightshades, grains, because everybody eats bread. And they can make sure to get everybody, because these breads from these grains drop the immune system because they're grass grain. Not all bread grains drop the immune system. I've done videos where I show you which breads, what flours I use that don't drop the immune system. Well, I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about a disorder or dysfunction in my mentality and my physicality. Everybody has a different problem, right? Mine was obesity. I couldn't look at a fucking sandwich without already expanding, right? Meaning I already knew that as soon as I bit that motherfucker, it was like, boom, back fat, instant. And it's because my genetics, the tissue distorts on contact. Just at fucking 10 minutes, 15 minutes after eating it. Body doesn't make fat like that. Fat takes time. That shit is where I recognize we're eating something. What is it? What is it doing? And this is many years ago. So I've been doing this for a long time, right? And that's the data I'm going to show you guys. The GMO scientists who worked with glyphosate and designed, made the genetic alterations, right? The altering in the crops so that they could spray glyphosate on it. So I'm going to put that GMO scientist on there and how he pulled back and out because he realized, oh shit, we're demineralizing. We're taking out substances from the human body, right? Because they could see it happening to the corn. They could see the corn yields shrinking. Things were becoming less because that is what's happening. We're unraveling, right? We're not growing properly. We're not functioning properly. And that's going to be a long video. And I'm not even going to do a live about it. I'm going to do a video so that I can put up information, take my time, get to all the details, and cover everybody from drug addicts to narcissists to people who just can't fucking get any rest and sleep, right? We all need these B vitamins. Besides other things that we need, these B vitamins are base mandatory for brain function. I think that's everybody. I got everybody. Yeah. It is now 7:57 p.m. I did not explain, but I didn't start the video talking about the date. I'm trying to date these videos. This is October 21st, 2024, because I want to start carrying a log of when these things happen, right? When these things happen. Because I want to see a progression. I want to see a progression. I want to see us get better. I want to hear from people saying that their lives have changed, making these adjustments, right? I'll talk about this one on another one, but I brought it up because I wanted to show you guys. I got a couple minutes right before the hour. This right here, instead of coffee, I just tried this. I've been doing a black tea, green tea mix, right, for substituting my coffee. Because coffee is a legume, and legumes are nightshades. And nightshades drop the immune system, and when the immune system drops, this drain cleaner kicks in, and we get this fucking problem. So I had to cut coffee off a long time ago, and I just tried this, and it's called the chicory root, right? It's from the dandelion family. I just never had no time to try it. And we don't have access to chicory root in Mexico when I started dropping coffee. It tastes so good. It don't smell like coffee. So when you buy it, you open the bag and you take a little whiff. Don't expect it to smell like coffee. Well, when you put this in about, it looks like this, right? And then I brought these out so you guys can see how I make my little baggie of chicory root. I've ordered these online on Amazon. You put your chicory root as much as you like, right? The strength that you like, that you end up liking. You close it up. You put it in your hot water. I sweeten it with stevia. The reason I use stevia is it allows my muscle definition and tone. Sugar makes the body puffy and soft. Unlike certain parts of my body soft, the rest I like nice and hard. No caffeine, so I can drink it at night, and it tastes just like coffee. It's so good. It's so good. The reason I say it like that is I haven't had coffee taste in my mouth for so long, and I love coffee. I used to have a coffee shop in Mexico. I love coffee, and I had to let it go because the tech was shredding my body up, and so it's like shredding my body or coffee. Oh, I gotta let the coffee go because I gotta fix this shit, right? I gotta fix this body. So I've really repaired from a lot of things, and I found solutions to the problems. And this problem right here is, what do we do when we don't have coffee? We get some chicory root. You want some caffeine in there? Get yourself a nice black tea. Mix it in with your chicory root. You get the caffeine from the black tea. You get this beautiful taste of coffee. Reminds me of cowboys. I don't know why, but it just does. It's a good thought to have in the morning. enjoy your chicory root. If you're trying to get off of coffee, add some Assam black tea if you want some caffeine in there. And that will help keep your immune system up and keep up your coffee. You guys, it's Michelle Angelic, Truth and Integrity Warrior, wanting to say that food, sex, and harmony is what is yet to come. That's my, I can't wait to make that happen, right? I can't wait because I love all of those subjects, and I'll be able to use nice adult language, be able to, I want to do it right here, right now, but I can't. I don't feel doing it right over on YouTube. People play it and their kids are in the background. I got to think about those little details. But you're gonna know a whole lot more of me when I do get onto that platform and pop this off. Food, sex, and harmony. Michelle and Angelique, you guys have a beautiful, blessed night.